Well, you can go to, I believe you live in, let's see, I looked it up. You live in Suffolk County,
Oh,
New York.
fuck.
You can go to the county services. I don't know exactly what city you live in, but you can look it up wherever you live. I mean, because I believe the city that you live in is in that county.
She knows about
Suffolk,
Suffolk.
Sufffolk. You can go there and tell them that you need your social security, tell them that you're without a place to stay, and they'll help you get a place to stay. And they might help you get to night school.
Hmm,
It's called Department of Social Services.
thanks. I mean,
So you might be able to, they might even give you a part-time job to help you get to school, get you some food stamps, things like that. If you go, I don't know. You say you don't know where you live, uh, but let me see. They have a phone number that you can call.
how
Let's
the
see. I'm
fuck
looking
does
for it.
she?
Department of Social
I mean, I
Services.
guess like since I
Uh,
was in areas
let's
that I
see.
bought with that credit card, that would make sense why she knows where
I
I
don't know
was.
where you live, but I've got a number here you can call. I'll text it to you, and then you can call them and see if they can help you.
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure they can help you.
Hmm.
Uh, I haven't found your social security number. I'm gonna look it up in the papers in the papers that I have for food stamps. I have a paper from the food stamp office with your social. I'll look it up and I'll text it to you.
All
Okay?
right.
And you can see what you can do. But I know they can get your social too. They can help you reapply for your social. I believe all you have to do is give them your full name, Elias Emil Allen, your date of birth, and where you were born. And they can look it up with that information.
Yes.
And then your mother, your mother and your father's name, so that'll help.
Hmm.
And you were born in Houston, Texas, so you have that information. It's just basic information. You might be able to give them, and they can help you. Now, if you want to come back to Texas, they're going to have to call CPS in Texas to find out what is it they can do to help you in Texas.
I understand.
You
Um,
know, if that's what you want to do. They might even put you on the bus from New York to Texas to help you get to Texas if that's what you want to do.
I mean, I guess if they want to try, then sure, I don't mind.
Yeah, they'll help you. They'll help you find you a place to stay. It might be just at a shelter or something, but at least you got a place to stay. And like I said, they'll help you with food
All
stamps
right.
or
How the fuck
or what
do
they
I be
call
subtle?
soup lines, where you can go get a hot meal every day. So at your age, they'll probably help you get into night school. There's all kinds of things that can help you.
Hmm.
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No, not really.
Not really. Okay. Well, I looked it up when you first went to New York. When I first found out where you were, it was in Mr. McCray called me from the school, and he told me you could get help through the social services. I said, well, I don't know where he lives or anything. I said, all I know is he's up there with us. I said, I don't know where he's at, who he's with. I said, but I. He said, well, he can get help through social services. They might put him in night school.
Who's
So
McCray?
he was. I think he went and applied to go to school at Brookwood, New York, Brookwood High School.
Huh.
I think that's what you did. I'm not for sure. I don't remember. So he said you were sitting outside in front of the school and you told him that you wanted to go to school, but you didn't have any of your information with you. So I don't know what happened after that. So he called me a couple of times, but I told him, I said, well, I don't have any information. He said, well, where's your mother? I said, she lives here in Houston. So I don't know what happened after that.
if you don't mind, are we allowed to shift the topic for a bit?
Say what?
If you don't mind, are we allowed to talk about something else for a bit?
Yeah, we can talk about something different. I just wanted to make sure that you knew you could get some help if you wanted.
Yeah, and if you
That's
want,
all I wanted to tell you.
and if you want, send me the numbers and I'll definitely look into it. I promise I
Okay.
will.
Okay, I will. Right as soon as we hang up, I'll get all the information and send it to you.
Thank you. Um,
Mhm.
you remember Downey, correct?
Yeah,
Who who recommended you his group home?
you remember that counselor named John?
Yeah, I mean
He's
yes.
the one that told me.
Mm.
But John got fired.
And what happened to Downey? How did Downey treat you guys?
Oh, he was always messing with me. He was pretty good with your mother. But when he stepped the line, that's when I reported him to the other counselor that you have. Well, not to his counselor, to the counselor, but to his supervisor, the counselor. Remember that Spanish guy that you talked to, Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Okay, his supervisor. I told his supervisor about Downey, and Downey. I mean, and he had a big Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez said, "What are you talking about?" And I told him what he had said and done, and I told him about the email. I sent him the email, and John got fired because he had sent me a note to give to Tambo High School that you were this and you were that. So when that email got to school, I didn't send it to the school, but I told Mr. Gonzalez how he said, "Can you send that to me?" I said, "I sure did." And 2 days later, John got fired
Mm.
and got replaced with Mr. Lopez. So then Mr. Gonzalez, I told Mr. Gonzalez about Downey too, and Mr. Downey got shot down by the state of Texas.
And how was Downey treating you guys during call and you know against against mom?
Oh, well, him and your mom were pretty good friends,
Uh,
but he couldn't. He threatened me a couple of times. I told him. I said that's a threat. I said, and I will uh, turn this over to the state of Texas. He said, well,
and
I've got lawyers. I said, I don't care what you have. I said, as soon as state of Texas gets hold of this information, I said, you better have your lawyer sitting with you. So I did. I turned on those texts that he was sending me, threatening me. I sent it to to Mr. Gonzalez, and Mr. Gonzalez took care of it. So he got shut down.
were you aware of like the amount of abuse he put me through and overdosing me
I
on
told
pills?
Mr. Gonzalez that. I told Mr. Gonzalez that.
Huh.
And then the CPS said that uh, when they did the investigation, they said the investigation was not what you said was not true. But I told Mr. Gonzalez, and Mr. Gonzalez said that there were other people that had already complained about him.
So
So
there
once I
were
sent
past people about that shit.
those emails that he
I had
sent
a
me
gym teacher
threatening me,
named
that
Mr.
took care of
Gonzalez.
that.
That was in middle school.
Then they
Huh.
believed what other kids like you were saying, that he mistreated you guys.
But then that got covered up, didn't it?
And that house wasn't even his.
Probably.
That house where you stayed, that house wasn't even his.
So someone covered his shit up, but there were other
A lot of
victims
stuff
like
came
me.
out that Mr. Gonzalez told me.
That's
I didn't tell your
fucked up.
mother nothing because I didn't want her to know. But a lot of that information that I had from Mr. Gonzalez, he took care of it. It went to the state of Texas, and he got himself in a bind, and they shut him down.
And didn't mom admit like how she wants my child support money in front of him, and then that's when it turned into a big like,
No, your father said that.
huh?
Your father was the one that turned her in. But remember, I told you that I was approved for you to get your child support through me, but by that time you had already left.
Left, like, left to
Huh?
where?
You had already left and went to New York by the time I got approved for your child support.
And that's the part we're about to get into because no, the fuck I didn't. Alright.
Because I had applied for child support for you, and I didn't talk to Chris, but the person that was handling my case with child support, she talked to Chris, and Chris told her why she wasn't paying child support because your mother was spending on other things. She wasn't helping you, and then we lost your your SSI because you weren't going to school. You were missing a lot of school, and SSI said no, he's got to go to school full time. So that's how we lost the SSI because you weren't going to school. You were missing a lot of school.
How about James? I remember him, like, is he prone to lying a whole lot?
I don't know. I don't deal with James.
Oh, is it that?
I don't deal with James. There was some situations between me and him that I didn't really deal with him. If he called me, fine. If he didn't, fine. I didn't worry about him.
Because, like, he had a thing for telling the cops that apparently I poisoned and killed his dog.
That's what he told me.
When yet his dog is actually fine. Last time I checked.
Well, he told me. He didn't tell me. He told Audrey, and Audrey told me. I said, "Well, I can't believe that Elias would do something like that."
Yeah, because what would the animal have to do with my situation?
I don't know. Like I said, I just did. I didn't take much note in it because that wife of his is a little lion person. So I figured that they got together, make the lie up, so they wouldn't have to deal with you. Because
Yeah.
the main thing that was happening was that Audrey wanted you in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So they were getting it together, and not too long ago they got in an argument, and I don't know now. I think they moved in together now. I think James and your mother are living together now.
Huh.
I think. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but for what I found out, that's what has happened. So I don't talk to neither one of them.
How was your experience with James back then?
It wasn't good.
What was he like?
He wasn't no good, that's for sure.
And then you had to, like, eventually make him move on his own?
No, I didn't make him move on his own. He was always depending on your grandfather to help him. He never asked me. He would always ask your grandfather, and your grandfather would fall for it every time. So I just left it alone. But James stepped over the line a couple of times, and I told him one more time, and we're done. And that's what happened. He stepped over that thin fine line called Sylvia Allen, and I said, enough is enough.
I can assure you his dog is fine. I mean, if I was to go back to Texas and go take a look for myself, I promise you...
He doesn't live there anymore.
He doesn't live there anymore?
No, he moved. He doesn't live there anymore.
With an attitude like his, I wouldn't even want him there either.
Well, I really don't. Like I said, between your mother and James, I don't have nothing to do with neither one of them. And that's the way it's going to stay. Unless they come up with something that's really honest and really, that they're really telling me the truth, and we'll deal with it. But right now, I don't deal with your mother, and I don't deal with James.
Yeah.
So, I leave him alone.
So James was like a problematic person back then, is what I'm hearing.
He's a what?
So James was like a problematic, wannabe tough person, is what I'm hearing.
Well, there's nothing about him that attracts anybody, because I mean, he uses his strength and his body, his size of his body to overpower other people. Like people are going to be afraid of him.
Yeah, and that's what he tried
And
doing
I'm
to
not,
me.
and I'm not about to go for that. Like I told him, I said, I don't care how big you are. I said, I'll shoot you.
So he's threatened you before.
Yeah, he's facing up to me like your mother has.
Wow.
Both of them. That's why I don't have nothing to do with them because I didn't appreciate their words to me. I didn't appreciate what they were doing, so I left it alone. And when it came to Georgia, like 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 your aunt Tawana told me, he says you're gone from Texas, leave it in Texas, and that's what I've done. What goes on in Texas, it stays in Texas. I don't have nothing to say about that because I'm not going to worry about it.
Oh,
They're
don't.
grown. You know
Oh,
how old James is? James is 61. Your mother is 43. They're grown. They don't need
oh.
me around them, and I don't need them around me. See my point?
Yeah.
Okay.
You made me realize that this will be like the last time we talk about this. It's just to get my head cleared up about sort of stuff because James did lie about me poisoning his dog. So I was going to see if you had any knowledge of like if he is prone to doing this, same way how mom is.
Yeah. If they can get away with it, they'll try it. But the CPS worker the last CPS worker I talked to about you, she didn't believe nothing they said because she
Hmm.
told me, she said, I don't believe that. I said, well, that's you. I said, but I don't know. I said, you can make Elias real mad. I said, he'll do something he got no business doing. I said, you make him mad. I said, but just to do it, just to be doing something, I said, I don't believe he'll do something like that.
No, because I have pictures of me actually loving that dog. I have so many pictures of that dog on my phone to the point to where why would I ever want to hurt her? Her name was like Ariel, from what I remember.
Yeah. Well, I don't worry myself with what James or Audrey says, because that's in Texas. I'm in Georgia, so I don't worry about either one of them.
And as for Mom and Alante, how they've acted so many times before and lied to the cops, they've lied 3 times, correct? Over and over.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I really don't know. I'll tell you the truth. I don't know.
I mean, from what you remember, the time where Alante squared up against you.
Well, the last time that he come talking some stuff, I told him I didn't want to hear it because you were already gone.
Hmm.
I said, well, Elias is not here. I said, so I don't want to hear what you got to say about him. I said, because he's not here to defend himself. I said, so whatever you say is not going to hold cold water. I said, because Elias is not here. I said, so I don't want to hear it. Well, you need to know. I said, no, I don't need to know diddly squat. I said, because I don't want to hear nothing. I said, Elias is not here to defend himself. So whatever you say, I said, it's not going to hold with me. I said, because Elias is not here where I can question him about it.
Hmm.
So he said, well, you did this and that and the other. I said, I don't give a shit what you think. I said, you're 23 years old and you're still living with your mama. I said, you need to live on your own. I said, quit hanging on to your mother and start living your own life. Well, you don't know this and that. I said, no, I don't say I know everything. I said, but at 23 years old, I said, you should have been on your own by now. I said, as much money as you make, you will get you a place to stay.
And you're aware of like the physical abuse that he's did to me,
I told the CPS worker that.
and how, and basically how manipulative mom can be at times, and how
I
much of a
told
smooth
her that
talker.
too. Well, you're in. Well, see, what's holding her on that child support too is the fact that she told you in your face that she wished that she had aborted you, and
Yeah.
that went on record. So that took care of that. The child support. Once they told Chris that, that's when Chris said, "I'm not paying child support." And by the time I got approved for you to get child support, you were already gone to New York.
You want to know what that lady? I had to deal with. Not the CPS lady, but quote unquote probation officer that mom sent to me apparently.
I don't know. I don't ever know. I didn't ever meet her.
You wanna know what she did?
I don't know. Tell me.
She went out of her way to contact any parts of the family and told them, hey, this child right here is a danger to everyone and himself, and he's killed his uncle's dog. Because that's what my dad came to me about. He was yelling at me saying like apparently I'm a dropout about this and saying that I'm a pussy because I killed someone's dog. She stirred something.
No, that was Audrey and Aunt and James. That wasn't the CPS worker.
Oh, that was them?
That was them too.
Mm.
No, that wasn't. The CPS worker did have to report it.
And they're prone to lying like this, correct?
Well, she can't lie because if it comes back that it wasn't true, she gets in trouble. No, that was nobody but Audrey and James that did that. And that was Audrey sending those emails or those text messages. That was nobody but Audrey that did that. That wasn't the CPS worker or the probation officer.
And here comes this
Because
last
the probation
part.
officer called me here in Georgia when I got here. She called me and asked me. I said, I don't know. I said, because my son can lie. I said, so can my daughter, just to get somebody in trouble. They will tell a lie in a minute.
Ooh.
I said, just to get the other person in trouble. I think
when she said son, they might have thought me.
Or keep themselves from
they
getting in trouble. They could have
confused son for grandson.
She says, you're kidding me. I said, no.
She might have accidentally
I'm not kidding you. I said, both
then.
my son James
That
and
is
both
really
my daughter
funny.
Audrey, I said, they will lie at the drop of a hat.
Fuck.
And she said, oh. I said, yeah, oh. I said, they're my children. I said, but I'll tell you right now, I said, they're crooks. Both of them are crooks.
And then again, if she's lying right now, this is about to go against her heavily. But then again, we're at this last part. So time to do it. If you don't mind, do you want to talk about the last day before, like, I left?
What?
If you don't mind, do you want to talk about the last day before I left?
Okay, we can talk about that.
And trust me, after that, it's over. We don't have to talk about it ever again. We could just stick to normal conversations.
It's up to you. It's up to you to talk to whatever you want to talk about.
You remember how it started, where basically we had an argument yesterday, that day, and then the next day I came out of the room to talk to you and ask if I can, just basically make the room more comfortable and buy a pillow. And you said, one day I'm going to have to be moving out. And I know that I made a bit of a fuss, but I also said, fine, you can have it, but you kept on saying no, stubbornly, like over and over again. Not stubbornly as in bad, but as in trying to stand your ground.
Okay, let's go back to how it all started. All I asked you was since you weren't going to school, all I wanted was to be back in my bedroom.
That's what I asked you.
I said, since you're not going to school, maybe I can move back in my bedroom and you can take the living room. And I didn't say it in a bad form. All I said was, I just felt like since you didn't want to go to school, I could have my bedroom back.
No, I understand. And
then you come talking, this is what you said. You went in your room and I don't know what all you did. You come back in there and this is what you said to me.
All right, no, it's not the time.
You need to make up your fucking mind up. You're delusional. That's what you said to me.
I did not call her delusional.
I said, what? And you looked at me, yeah. You need to make up your fucking mind. That's just what you said to me.
Yeah, I did.
And I couldn't understand, well, what's wrong with you? So I said, in that case, since you want to treat me like that, then I went back in there and I told you. I said, you need to find you can stay here till August the 31st and then you can go and find your place to stay. I said, because I'm moving out.
So you were yeah, so from how I
But
remember,
if you had not said what you said that time, I would have never come back with you like that.
but the
But the way
thing,
you talked to me and the way you looked at me, like I can't tell you what to do. You're gonna tell me what to do.
this
And that wasn't the point.
dumbass
The point was
just
I'm not
fucking
asking you,
admitted that she
is can I have
left
my
me on
bedroom
that
back?
day.
Since you're not going to school anyway, because you had already
But
told
she
me
may have not
I'm
said
not
it
going to school.
completely.
You had already told me that. You told me 2-3 times that you were not going back to school.
Well,
So I just felt like it was a good idea for me to get my bedroom back.
Well,
that's all I.
Well, that's because I was going to do online school on that day. No.
Yeah, I was gonna put you on online school because I had already looked it up. Mm-hmm. But since you were going to not go to school, where you could stay up all night and do your schoolwork in the living room with the television and everything else, I would have moved the desk in there for you and make you comfortable in the living room. Well, I didn't think I was asking for too much.
I admit on that day that, like, yes, what I said was harsh, and I shouldn't have said make up your fucking mind in a plural sense. And I am sorry for that. And you don't have to say you forgive me. I don't want to hear that. But on that day, we had already argued yesterday. We were already in like a bad mood with each other. And I remember that clearly because I know that we had argued that day. And you didn't say you didn't say it in a nice way. You said you know you're gonna have to be moving out of that room real soon.
No, I never said that. I never said that. I never told you you had to move out of the room. All I said that since you're not going to school, could I have my room back? That's all I said. I didn't say you had to move out of the room. I never said that.
Didn't fucking
I know I didn't, because I didn't feel like that was the right way to do things. I felt I could ask you in a good way and work together.
She sounded pissed.
So we could have a nice place to stay. You and me. Because I had already gotten approved for the another apartment.
Bullshit. No, she said it.
Because I was going to move out into a 2-bedroom apartment.
But I remember like you said we might be staying there for an extra year, and we might be staying there like until I finish Tomball. No, I said by February we'll be moving out of here. Bullshit! Oh my God! No, the fuck she didn't. If we don't move soon, we'll move by February. So you'll be going to school in Tomball up to February. Because that's when my lease was going to end. She did not say we were going to move. She said we might just stay there for another year. Because I had already talked to the apartment manager at the other apartment, and she ran my credit, and I got approved. But I told her I couldn't move until my lease was over. Oh my God, that's bullshit. So she said that would be fine with her. What the fuck am I gonna do? She is not. But I didn't want to say anything until I was for sure that I was gonna get the apartment, so I didn't want you to get your hopes up. Yeah, sure. Until you were for sure. Work with me, stay in school, and if you're going to I'm muted. You can speak. Homeschool, well, that was fine too, and I could get a 2-bedroom apartment, and then you and I could. Don't worry, it'll be over soon. Like I said, I had already applied for child support because the game. I had already applied for food stamps, so that we could move and have a 2-bedroom apartment. What type of fucking bullshit is this? And if you were going to do homeschool, then you would have your own room. I would have my own room, and then you could study on your own and progress and succeed. That was one of my plans.
I didn't want you to move out. I didn't want you to run out in the streets.
Oh, I didn't even move out,
That was
bitch. You
never
didn't give me a
in my hopes for
choice.
you. Because the one that was talking crap was your mother. Come to me, why you gonna let him do homeschool? He needs to go to school. If he was living to me, I'd make him work at night and go to school. No, go to school at night and work during the day, and help me pay rent and do this and then. I said, well, that's you. I said, but with me, I said, I still got uh, power of attorney. I said he can still stay with me till he turns 18.
All right, cops.
I said, unless he wants to
Try
go to job
fabricating
court,
that.
and then you got to prove for job court.
Because apparently she's okay with saying all of it, but not completely. So please, try fabricating that shit.
So things were falling into place. It took a little while, but they started falling into place. By that time, you were gone. So I got denied child support because you weren't living in Texas anymore.
She's saying I left, but I know I didn't.
I couldn't get the apartment
until
because
after
I
the
got
cops
put out
got
of the
called
apartment
that day.
where we were living at. I got put out.
So now I gotta say it.
They turned me down for food stamps. All kinds of stuff, but everything was falling into place. Had you just been a little more patient with me.
Oh, I was patient. You just didn't say shit.
I'm not saying that I didn't do wrong. I did do wrong. I did treated you wrong.
Oh, so you know you're wrong.
But on the other hand,
so you know you did wrong.
You were under my roof.
I was under your roof, but you knew you did wrong. Nigga. It's not in my heart to, like, hate you. Even if you did wrong, I'm still going to forgive you because you are my grandmother.
Well, that's a good idea. That's a positive step. I like that. That's a positive step.
You don't have to say sorry. I'm going to forgive you because you're my grandmother, and I know that.
What if I wasn't your grandmother? Would you still forgive me?
Well, what is it that God said?
No, I'm just asking you. If I wasn't your grandmother, would you still forgive me? I'm just asking a question. It's a yes or no question.
To take into account for age, yeah, I'd still forgive you.
Okay. Well, that's a good kid. I know you're a good kid. You just have your mind is all messed up.
Because you knew you did wrong. You knew you did wrong.
I know that. I don't think. I know you can do better.
All right. Now I gotta speak.
You remember Mr. Collins?
No, I don't remember Mr. Collins.
I think he was your history teacher, your biology teacher, one of the two. I don't remember. From Tomball High School, Tomball Memorial. He called me. Well, once I got here, he called me. He asked me, how are you doing? And I told him that you were no longer living with me. And he said, he's a good kid. He knows a lot. He's got a good mind. He can do a lot of things. I said, yeah, I know. He said, all he has to do is make that effort and he can take care of anything he wants to. I said, yep, I know.
I really wonder if she's lying or not on this one, because I know Mr. Collins was one of my teachers, but I can't remember which. Because my history teacher did care for me. Same way how my science teacher did. My English teacher, I'm not so sure, but he was a nice person. And, how's he doing?
No, he told me he was okay. He getting ready to retire.
Jeez.
From the school system. That's what he told me. I said, oh, okay. And I told him where I was. He said, oh. He said, and you live there by yourself? I said, no, I live with my son and his wife. I said, and where's Elias? I said, he's somewhere in New York State.
Yeah, and he might
And
make a
then he
return.
said something about, "Are you coming back?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I have no clue." And then there's one thing he said, "Well," he says, "I gotta go." He said, "I just wanted to check on you and Elias." I said, "Well, thank you. I appreciate the call. I really do." So he said, "Well, call me if you need anything or if you hear from Elias." I said, "I will." But I
Yeah.
haven't called him.
Oh. Be sure to give him a call and maybe if you can to send me his number.
Okay.
And
I'll look for it.
on that on that day, like, you were about to leave me on my own though,
No,
because you
no, I
exited the
wasn't. I
apartment.
wasn't going to leave you on your own. I just wanted to get you started on the fact that you needed to do as I asked you to do. I just wanted to see just how far you went when I told you
Hmm.
that.
So you were
And you did
testing me.
exactly what I didn't expect you to do.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't expect you to do all this. I expected you to come back and say, "Okay, I'm sorry. Let's start all over again."
But
And
I
I would have found you a
tried.
place to stay
And I texted Audrey, unless Audrey went on ahead and
so
blocked
you
my
could have
fucking
your own
number.
room until I could move out and get our son our own place.
So you were testing me, so you left to basically test how I'd act.
Yes,
So
just to see how far you would go.
so you admit that you
Yes, I admit everything I say. I'm not going to sit here and bite my tongue or not. Yes, I admit the fact to see just how far you would
you
go when you
stupid
found out that I
motherfucker.
was not going to take care of you.
You admitted to
That you did
neglect.
that you did this wrong opposite. You went the
Even
opposite
if it
of
was.
what I expected you to do.
Bitch, I
I
did say.
expected you to turn
Okay.
around and say, "Okay, what do I need to do? Or what do you want me to do?" But you went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You went the negative way.
Mm-hmm.
You did the same thing your mother did.
Mm-hmm.
Same identical thing.
Uh-huh. You mean what
Because when I
Eddie
got
did?
on her and she was what, 15, 16 years old, I got on her about the same thing about keeping her room clean and taking care of her stuff. And what did she do? She ran out of the house and ran away from home for 2 months, almost 3 months.
Oh, but I didn't run away. I just thought you weren't gonna take care of me
And if it
anymore.
hadn't been for your grandfather, she would have never came back.
Oh,
But he
but I
wanted her
didn't
back in
run
the house
away.
with us.
I
And I
just thought you
told her,
weren't gonna
told
take care
him,
of
I
me,
said,
so there'd
she's
be
not
no
gonna
point in
do
me
any
living
good.
there.
I said, she's gonna keep doing the same thing she was doing before. I said, because you let her come back. And she did. You see what she's doing now? That's because your grandfather let her back in the house when he shouldn't have. He should have left her out there in the streets.
Because he
So
was
she's
trying to
the
be a
one that
good
ran out.
father.
Nobody put her out.
Because he was trying to be a good father.
And you did the same thing she did.
I wonder why.
Same identical attitude, same identical words.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was looking at you like I used to look at her. I said, "Oh my God, I was hoping you'd do something different," but you didn't. But that's okay.
But you were
We lived
testing
and
me.
learned, didn't we? We
But
both
you-
of us lived and learned,
But you were testing me, nigga.
haven't we?
Nigga. You made it seem like you were basically going to leave me
Both
on
of
my
us.
own.
Not just me, not just you, but both of us.
To leave me on my own, like you were going to neglect
Okay,
me.
I found your social.
That is not okay.
So I got your social security. I'm gonna text that with you with
You
the
made
phone
it seem
number
like
to
you were
the
going to neglect me.
social
And
services
then
for
this
the
was to
county
test
where I
me?
think that's where you
To
are.
see how I'd snap?
Or that's not the where you go, then they'll let you know where to
You
go.
are one
Okay?
fucked up motherfucker. All because of one argument. One argument, you petty little bitch.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm glad that you're calling me. Now, do you have a place to stay?
I'll get there.
Okay. Well, you need to call the social services so you can find a place to stay, okay?
Do you understand, like, I did say sorry, when you
No,
were trying to leave, and I do remember saying
no,
it.
you did not say you were sorry. You said you and I need to get together and talk. I said I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, so I was trying to say sorry to you. That's why I was
Okay.
trying to do that get together and talk right before I even snapped. That was before
Okay.
I snapped. I was trying to talk to you and say sorry, and I even texted mom to go on ahead and say sorry to you for me. I tried
Well,
solving it.
well, she never said that.
She never did because I
No,
have the text still there.
no, I believe you. I believe you. But see, this is what she did. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna paint you a picture.
Mm-hmm.
See, she wanted you out of that apartment so she could move in. Not too long after you left, they moved in
Wow.
because she lost her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
They put her out.
So she wanted me out of the way. What a
So then
fucking
she
terrible mom.
and Elante and the babies
She
moved in.
knew. She framed me, made me seem unapologetic. Is all I can
Then I
guess.
got put out because of what your mother did.
And she painted me as
So
this type of
by that
person to
time,
look
Andre
mentally
came and
ill
got
and
me and
fucked
brought
up
me to
in front of the
Georgia.
cops. So now
And
they'll
they
never
stayed in
believe
the
me. All
apartment.
right,
I don't know where they live
I
now.
think
I
I
know
get
the
it.
only thing I know is that I think she still lives in a hotel. I don't know. Don't care. But I got put out because of her.
So you understand she is the reason why I snapped because she was the
Yes,
one
I
who
know.
first
I
talked to
know
you.
already. That's what I told her. I said, had you just left it on, well, he was going to hit you. I said, if he had hit me, I said, I would have called the police.
So you
I
knew I
said, the
wasn't gonna
only
hit
thing,
you.
well, that's not the point. The point is she got involved because she
That
wanted
was the
you out of
point,
there because she
nigga.
had lost her place to stay.
She said
She
that I
didn't have nowhere to
assaulted
go.
you.
It don't matter what happened between me and you.
She
What
fucked
matter is she put
everything up.
her 2 cents worth in there.
And
Then
if
she
this is
messed up
true,
really bad, and I got put out.
she
I
fucked
still got the letter
everything
where I
up
got put out.
because Sylvia wouldn't fucking get rid of her.
So by that time, Andre and Tawana said, "You're coming to live with us. Enough is enough." So that's when they moved me here. They went in. Andre flew over there, rented a
Sons of a
truck, put my
bitches.
stuff in the truck, and I came to Georgia with him. And she stayed in the apartment because they had nowhere to go.
Is it okay if I can tell you this part?
You can tell me what you want to tell me. I'll listen.
I wasn't gonna punch you. All I was gonna do is try and grab you and try and talk things out. And yes, the way how I walked up to you was threatening. I'm not going to defend that part. But I was trying to talk to you. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was trying to. I was desperate in that position. I didn't know what to do. And if I had it correct, I heard you and mom talking outside of the door. Was mom saying anything to convince you about leaving me?
Yeah, she said something. She said, "I was you do this," and then I said, Audrey, I said, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Nigger, I
I said,
was
I'm
right.
hurting. I said, the way
I was fucking right.
he
I
tightened
was
up, I
fucking
could feel
right.
both of my
I was
arms are
fucking
hurting.
right.
So I went across the hallway to the people there, and I sat there, and I was hurting. I
I
had
was
bruises
fucking
all on
right.
my arms and
I
everywhere.
was right. She told her to leave me. She could have. And did she successfully manipulate you into leaving me?
No, I wasn't going to leave you because I went back to the
Bullshit.
apartment and I cleaned the apartment waiting on you to come back home.
Mm-hmm.
I even left the room, the door unlocked so that you could come back in.
I came back home actually, but when I came back home, the door was locked, and I wasn't sure if the cops were called on me, which is why I left.
What I said is that when I was inside the apartment, I had unlocked the door
right.
and I was in there
I was
cleaning,
right.
hoping that you would come back.
I was right. I acted out in pure defense. I was fucking right.
And then I heard that you were over at James' house, and James called me that this and that and the other. And I told him, I said, well, James, I said, he's upset. He doesn't know what he's going to do. I said, you need to just be patient with him.
And
I
he
said, I can come and get him. He said, no. He said, we're going to make room for him and try to help him. I said, okay.
I was really uncomfortable with him, by the way, that entire time.
Well, I don't blame you because I would be uncomfortable too.
So, like, whatever mom did, I wasn't trying to get away from you. I just didn't know what was happening, nor did I know why I was in James's position. You want to know why? Because she unknowingly got me an Uber over to James's house. I didn't even know where James lived. Everything I did wasn't my decision. She gave him custody.
Well, I know that Julie called her and told her you were over there.
And then that's when the cops were called on that location to arrest me. They got me fingerprinted.
Well, they didn't hold cold water. The only thing that hold cold water was for you to assault me. And then they dropped that case because my bruises weren't threatening.
Yeah, because you didn't
So
have
they
any
dropped that
fucking
case.
bruises. It was a grab, not a punch. And even by a grab, it was a gentle grab. It's not like I caused bruising. Yes, it would pose as battery, but I think what matters is the intent on how I did it.
So,
but I wasn't coming at you with intent
we
to
all
assault
learn
you.
from this. But like I said, I don't talk to Audrey and I don't talk to James. I don't talk to neither one of them. So don't think
they
that
still
I talk
won.
to them, 'cause I don't.
They still won, nigga. They still fucking won. Because
I'm over here with Andre. I'm peaceful. I'm getting
even
better
guessed
now.
it.
Things
I
are
can't
working
wait to
out a little
show
better for me
every
now,
friend this
so
fucking video.
whatever happens over there in Texas, that's them. That's not me.
I can't wait.
I don't call them. They don't call me.
Is there a chance I'll be able to come over and stay with you?
No,
Yep, that wasn't gonna happen.
you can't stay with me.
I wonder why
You'd
that
have
is.
to talk to Andre about that. But this is not my home. I can't make that decision because I don't pay rent here. Andre and Tawana pay rent. So you have to talk to them.
Did mom ever say anything lying to them? Did she lie to them?
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask for much other than like maybe a roof, at least over there, or maybe if you can tell them that Audrey is basically lying to them.
They know that.
And so
both
he
of them
still
know all
wants
that.
to keep me out.
They're
and so
not
he
stupid.
told me
They're
to go
not
live
dumb.
on
They
my
know
own.
more than what you think they do.
Sorry,
I think Tawana can find you a place to stay.
Her story's not adding up here.
I believe Tawana has pulled on a
Because
few
if they
things, and I
know,
think she can
then why
help you
won't they
find you a
take
place
me
to
in?
stay. You'd have to talk to her, but you have to talk her being respectful to her.
Her story's not fucking
She's helped me
adding
a
up.
lot. She has bent over backwards trying to help me, just like Andre.
Her story
So
is
you
not
have to be
adding
respectful
up.
to them and treat them kindly.
Oh, I've tried.
And I believe they'll help you find your place to stay here. Tawana might even help you put you in school, find your job. All kinds of little things she can help you. But you have to treat her with respect.
I would. But,
just like I do.
Thanks.
Because she's helped me a lot.
Her story is not adding up
So
here.
has Andre. Both of them has helped me a lot.
Because if they know that
But as far as you staying
Audrey
here, you'd
lies,
have to talk to Andre and Tawana and see what they say.
How come
I can't say yes because, like I said, this is not my home.
It's their home. How come they won't take me in? And
you
one
want
of them
to
prefers me to become a man
them.
and just somehow
Maybe
make
Tawana
money
can
out
help
of
you find
fucking
you a
nothing.
place to stay and put you in school, help you all kinds of ways.
Yeah, no, it's not adding up for her.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, you think you can ask them that for me?
Why don't you ask them?
I don't really have their numbers.
Okay. Well, I'll ask them. See what they say, and if they want to, if they're going to help you, then I'll I'll give them your number so you can call them and talk to them, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Love
I
you.
want the best for you, but you have to make an effort, mijo.
I have no
Hold
words.
on just a minute, okay? Just 1 minute. I'm gonna look at something.
I have no words. This last part doesn't make any fucking sense. As a matter of fact, there's no point in recording. We already got everything. We already got Audrey's lie. 50 minutes. All right. Diaz. Send it.